Breaking news tonight. The major health scare across the country is lettuce making Americans sick. The alarming outbreak impacting 34 states. Dozens now hospitalized. Experts say it could be linked to lettuce. Taco Bell now voluntarily removing some ingredients. How to keep you and your family safe. The major change for ICE, ordering agents to stop vehicle pursuits after 2 deadly shootings in less than a week. Plus, what new surveillance video shows after that fatal confrontation in Maine. Catastrophic floods swamped Texas. Cars and trucks washed away. Rescue crews searching for those trapped. Plus, more than 130 million under heat alerts as dozens of East Coast beaches are closed for bacteria. Al Roker standing by for us. Captain Sully's heartbreaking diagnosis. The miracle on the Hudson pilot, revealing he has Alzheimer's disease. His moving message tonight. President Trump dropping plans to charge a toll in the Strait of Hormuz. The reason behind that reversal as gas prices spike. 2 teens arrested months after a high school swimmer drowned in Texas. Police say they hid key evidence. The family wants them charged with murder. Dramatic save, the deputy rushing in to rescue 2 kids trapped on the 2nd floor of a burning home. Could daylight saving time become permanent year-round? The bill that just passed the House. The T-Rex fossil sold for a record $50 million, and the controversy over it now being privately owned. Saying goodbye to the dreaded middle seat. United Airlines rolling out a new feature if you're willing to pay up. Nightly News starts right now.
This is NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas.
And good evening. We thank you for joining us tonight. We want to begin with the rush to trace the source of a foodborne illness that's blamed for severe illness across this country. Right now, more than 7,000 people have been infected in 34 states, the ones you see right here. 86 people have already been hospitalized, and some restaurants are taking major precautions. Taco Bell pulling ingredients from their menus, though the chain hasn't been officially linked to this outbreak. And now health officials are zeroing in on lettuce as the possible cause of this outbreak. The illness is called cyclosporiasis, which causes severe stomach issues. The outbreak raising questions for everyone across the country. How safe is the lettuce and produce in your fridge or served at your local restaurant? We're going to walk you through what you need to know tonight. We want to start with Ann Thompson with the latest on this outbreak.
Tonight, 34 states grappling with cyclospora, the parasite that can be found on fresh produce, making Americans sick. Michigan zeroing in on lettuce. Its top doc says there is a clear preliminary signal pointing to the leafy green.
Why do you suspect lettuce?
We've interviewed about 1,000 out of the 3,000 cases we have so far. Lettuce seems to be an ongoing exposure for those who've been impacted.
Federal officials say Michigan is one of 4 Midwestern states where the cases could be linked. Taco Bell today confirming it removed limited ingredients at select restaurants while authorities continue their broader review, noting public health officials have not confirmed a link to Taco Bell. The Washington Post reports federal and state health officials are investigating the chain, citing 2 individuals familiar with the probe. CDC did not comment. Michigan's Dr. Bagdasarian.
So there was no location that came up in 100% of cases, but there certainly were restaurants and fast food chains that did come up.
Including Taco Bell?
You know, I'm not going to comment on those specifics right now.
Nationwide, the CDC says it's confirmed 1,645 cases of cyclosporiasis and is aware of 5,100 more. Christina Serafino says she ate fresh fruits and vegetables hiking last month and got sick for weeks.
Just really strong gas and bloating pains. And on top of that, you're not eating, so you're hungry and you're having hunger pains also.
It sounds absolutely miserable. Ann joins us now in studio. So, Ann, the big question tonight, what can you do to stay safe?
First thing, Tom, is to wash all your produce under clean running water. Secondly, don't buy bagged lettuce, buy heads of lettuce. And then you want to take out the first couple of layers. But if you really want to make sure the parasite is dead, cook your produce to at least 158 degrees.
Okay, a lot of tips here, but we appreciate them, and we thank you for that. We're also following a major shift tonight from ICE, the agency ordering all officers to stop chasing vehicles following another deadly shooting, this one in Maine. Aaron McLaughlin is there tonight for us with the latest.
ICE has ordered all officers to stop targeting immigrants in their vehicles after 2 separate ICE-involved shooting deaths in less than a week. That according to 2 senior DHS officials. Border Czar Tom Homan saying tonight,
"It's not a policy change. It's a temporary pause."
Officials say neither man, one killed in Texas, the other in Maine, was the target of the ICE operation.
There are sufficient critical questions to justify bringing non-emergency traffic stops to a halt.
The order comes after yesterday's fatal shooting in Biddeford, Maine. The Colombian embassy today identified the man killed as 26-year-old Johann Sebastian Duran Guerrero, who DHS confirmed was authorized to work in the U.S. New video shows the car he was driving moving in circles, then later struck by another vehicle. This video capturing the moment ICE agents pulled a limp body from the car. Another angle shows police ringing the doorbell of a nearby pawn shop, asking what cameras the building has.
I need to know what they have for cameras.
Resident Cecilia Humiston says she saw Guerrero's family, including a little girl, gathered just yards away.
She was still wearing her bluey PJs. And the mother of the daughter, she was like completely distraught.
A senior DHS official with knowledge of the incident told NBC News the man killed matched the physical description of a target and was exiting a residence associated with the target. A statement released by ICE late yesterday said the agent opened fire fearing for public safety after the vehicle attempted to flee. Authorities say none of the agents in Texas or Maine were wearing body cameras.
There's no excuse for it. They have no end of money.
Aaron joins us tonight from a makeshift memorial there in Maine. And I know you have some new reporting for our viewers about what could be behind these incidents.
That's right, Tom. Tonight, a former and current senior DHS official tells NBC News they believe the pressure to increase the number of arrests is to blame, saying the agents are under too much stress. Tom.
Okay, Aaron, thank you for that. To Texas now, where heavy rains are slamming parts of the state. The governor declaring a state of disaster for 59 counties. And now new warnings of potentially catastrophic flash flooding in the hours ahead. Ryan Chandler is in the storm zone.
Tonight, relentless rainfall bringing dangerous flooding across a huge swath of South Texas. Powerful waters overtaking roads, forcing high water rescues. In Uvalde County, the Texas game warden says they helped the passengers in this vehicle escape just before the current carried it away. Watch as crews pull up on another vehicle stuck in raging waters, carefully peeking through the windows to make sure no one is inside. We managed to venture as far as here in the highest impact zone. Now you see the water overwhelming this side of the highway is shutting down all of the traffic heading west from San Antonio. Parts of the area seeing up to a foot of rain. In Uvalde, these roads impassable, floodwaters submerging streets and surrounding businesses. In nearby Medina County, officials warning why travel may be especially dangerous tonight.
They're traveling at night and quickly come up on a low water crossing. Before they realize they're in it, they're swept off.
Meanwhile, widespread heat bakes millions across the country. In the Northeast, other dangers keeping beachgoers out of the water. In the New York City area, warnings of life-threatening rip currents. And in Massachusetts, dozens of beaches closed there because of elevated levels of bacteria in the water. While in the West, the heat fueling wildfires, including the Babylon fire in Utah, now burning more than 165 square miles. Back in Texas, families now bracing for heavy rain overnight that could make for more dangerous conditions tomorrow.
Let's pick it up right there. Ryan Chandler joins us now west of San Antonio. Ryan, that's the big fear, additional rain?
Yeah, that's right. You see the flooded street and field behind me, Tom. This whole region is just so saturated. Any heavy rain that falls overnight could cause dangerous flooding quickly, Tom.
Okay, Ryan Chandler there in Texas. I want to bring in Al Roker. And Al, the pictures are pretty dramatic in Texas. The threat's still very active, as we just heard.
That's right. The worst is not yet over, Tom. And as we take a look, we start off again. We're talking about all this rain, heavy rain continuing. We've got flash flood watches and warnings for much of Texas. When all is said and done, we could be looking at another 12 inches of rain total through Friday. And then, of course, we've got the heat. 20 states from California to the Northeast and New England, 131 million people We're talking about temperatures out west that are air temperatures in the 90s, but the heat index is well over 100. Same in the Northeast and the Great Lakes, with temperatures in the upper 90s to 100 degrees. And again, we've also got air quality alerts from Minneapolis all the way to the Northeast and New England. Air quality problems from wildfires causing smoke and dangerous health conditions. Tom?
Okay, it's busy out there when it comes to the weather. All right, Al, we thank you. Now to that powerful message from Captain Sully Sullenberger, the hero of the Miracle on the Hudson, today announcing he's been diagnosed with Alzheimer's and is determined to use his diagnosis to help others. Here's Tom Costello.
More than 17 years after Captain Chesley Sully Sullenberger became an American hero.
We made it in the Hudson.
Expertly landing his crippled passenger plane on the icy Hudson River, saving everyone's life.
The river clearly was my only viable option.
Captain Sully today announced he's one of 7.5 million Americans aged 65 and older living with Alzheimer's. At 75, calling it the unwanted visitor at the door. He writes, "For now, this means a name may not come easily to me. I forget a story I've recently told, or I don't sleep as well, but I am in the beginning of this long journey." Alzheimer's researchers say diet, keeping cholesterol and blood sugar levels in check, exercise and sleep can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's. New drug treatments can slow its progression.
I don't know that we're going to have that one magic bullet, but I do think the combination of therapies can get people off the road to Alzheimer's disease.
After using his notoriety to push for aviation safety,
we can no longer define safety solely as the absence of accidents.
Sully says, "I am now part of a larger community with many of you, and we will be courageous together." Aviation analyst Captain John Cox has known Sully for 40 years.
He's clearly a role model, and he will remain that way for many, many years to come.
We need people to share their stories.
A new voice for an American hero. Tom Costello, NBC News, Washington.
All right, we want to turn to politics now. President Trump is abandoning his threat to charge a toll in the Strait of Hormuz as gas prices creep back up. And we have new reporting tonight on just how much this war is costing Americans. Garrett Haake is at the White House tonight.
Tonight, as the U.S. conducts a fourth consecutive day of airstrikes against targets in Iran, a reversal from President Trump, abandoning a plan to charge protection fees to ships in the Strait of Hormuz barely 24 hours after first proposing it.
I put it out yesterday. I thought it was good. I was called by different people, different countries, kings and emirs, and they said, we'd love to do it a different way. We'd love to invest in the United States with billions and billions of dollars.
No allied countries have publicly confirmed any new U.S. investments. The renewed fighting and the resumption of a U.S. blockade of Iranian ports just hours ago driving oil and gas prices higher, with some analysts predicting the per-gallon average will soon top $4 again after prices fell and new data showed inflation cooled in June during the now-broken ceasefire.
The report was incredible. Inflation is way down.
While tonight, a new internal Pentagon estimate pegs the cost of the war between $80 and $100 billion, according to 3 U.S. officials and 3 people familiar with the matter, which includes the cost of rebuilding U.S. military bases and aircraft destroyed by Iranian strikes. That marking a significant increase from the roughly $30 billion estimated just 3 months ago. Senators grilling the Pentagon's top financial official.
I think it's very frustrating to the American people that we can't get a straight answer on what this war is costing.
Garrett is live at the White House for us. And Garrett, the president tonight issuing new threats to try to get Iran to make another deal.
Yeah, Tom, this took place in an interview just a short time ago. The president threatening that beginning next week, the U.S. will start targeting power plants, bridges, then energy targets in Iran, all in an effort to force the regime back to the negotiating table. Tom?
Garrett Haake for us. When we return in 60 seconds, the teens just arrested after a Texas teenager drowned in a lake. The evidence they're accused of disposing of. The parents asking why they're not charged with murder. Plus, the rescue caught on camera, kids pulled from the second story of a burning home. And the record T-Rex auction, 67 million years in the making. You won't believe how much someone just paid for this fossil. We're back now with the push for answers from one Texas family tonight. Their son found drowned in a lake, and now 2 teens are charged with tampering with key evidence. His parents are asking if they should be now charged with murder. George Solis has the latest.
Tonight, a Texas mother questioning an investigation that determined her son, Daniel Irving, died accidentally and pushing authorities to bring new charges against 2 suspects.
I feel like my son only received partial justice, but we're here to have murder charges brought against those 2.
Earlier this month, 19-year-old Lucas Roper and a 17-year-old juvenile were arrested and charged with tampering with physical evidence linked to Irving's death.
I've never met the 2 boys. I've never met them before.
According to his family, the 18-year-old was last seen at his home on April 13th. New footage shows the moment he leaves the house and is seen here getting into a car, according to his family. Local authorities said he was found dead 3 days later near Lake Ray Hubbard, just outside of Dallas. Officials say his cause of death was drowning. Irving's family says he was on a swim team. According to the arrest affidavit, Roper told detectives the trio went to the lake to swim and fish, but that Irving drowned after jumping in. Authorities say Roper and the other teen threw Irving's clothes into a tree, tossed his cell phone, deleted messages between them, and fled the scene. Roper later admitting to detectives he, quote, was aware there would be an investigation and did not want to get into trouble.
2 young white men come to his house to pick him up, and they go fishing, swimming, and then they come back, but yet Daniel doesn't.
The Dallas Police Department says the case remains an active criminal investigation. Meanwhile, Daniel Irving's mother says her son was an honor student and an outstanding young man. Tom?
Okay, George, thank you. When we return, the major clock controversy, daylight saving time, here to stay? The major step tonight in Washington that could make it permanent. We'll explain. Plus, how much would you pay to ditch the middle seat? What one airline is planning to offer? That's next. We're back now with a major move to make daylight saving time around permanently. Tonight, the House passing a Trump-backed bill that would eliminate the need for Americans to adjust their clocks twice a year. The Sunshine Protection Act would put the U.S. on the time currently observed from March to November. The bill faces opposition in the Senate, where some oppose it because of how late the sun would rise in some parts of the country. And in Michigan, a risky rescue caught on camera. Watch as 3 deputies in Oakland County help 2 children stuck on the 2nd floor of a burning house. You see the smoke pouring out of that window. One deputy stands on a trash can to reach the kids as they climb out of the window. The deputy catches them one by one as they're lowered to safety. Also tonight, the king of the dinosaurs now ruling over the auction market. This 12.5-foot tall T-Rex skeleton setting a colossal record, selling today, get this, for more than 50 million bones, making it the most expensive dinosaur fossil ever. It was found on a property in South Dakota in 2021 and named Gus after the property owner. The sale is controversial, with some paleontologists saying it should be in a museum where the public can see it instead of with a private buyer. Also today, United Airlines announcing a new feature that will allow flyers to pay more to keep the middle seat open. The airline says new Airbus jets will have a row with a custom table between the aisle and the window seats that looks just like this. The seats go on sale later this year, and no word yet on how much that premium will be. That's Nightly News for this Tuesday. I'm Tom Yamas. Thanks so much for watching. Tonight and always, we're here for you. Good night. We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.